Hello, 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 guys. Welcome to this live broadcast. Welcome to Workouts for Older Men Live. I am so glad you are here. I am Skip LaCour. In this video, I want to talk about how to get yourself motivated, and how to stay motivated to take yourself to the next level. If you're a little bit older and got a busy, productive life, you got a lot of things going on, and you want to put more attention on your health and fitness. You're at a certain level, you're probably doing better than most men your age, but you want to take it to that higher level. This isn't only for men who they can't get themselves to the gym, right? I want to help you do that. But this is also for driven, ambitious men who know they have more inside of them, and they just want to take it to higher and higher levels. If you're a little bit older, you're working out on a consistent basis, the chances are great, if you're like a lot of the men who come to me, you're doing great, you look great, you're doing so much better than the other men your age. You look better, you're working out on a consistent basis, your habits, your disciplines are so much better than men your age. All the men at work, your family, all your social circles. But also the chances are great, you tell me if this is true for you. Those other guys, they don't even work out. They're not putting any attention into their fitness. So although you look great, you look better than most, there's not a whole lot of competition with the men around you, right? That's why a lot of men like to come here. Here I'm at 56 years old, setting a new pace, a new standard to aspire to. Someone to hang out by proximity. I want to talk about that when I talk about give you some tips on how to get and stay motivated. So you look better than most, but you want to look like maybe the fitness experts. Even if they're younger, you can hang with the younger guys, right? You're closer to those men who don't even work out as far as the way you look. That gap, why do you have guys like this at your age at such a higher level? You want to get to that level, right, and distance yourself even more from those older guys. You want to know how to get to the next level. In this video, I want to talk about how to get and stay motivated so you have it forever, right? I'm going to do another set while more driven, ambitious men come on to this live broadcast. Thank you so much. Post your comments, your questions, your suggestions. Say hello. Tell me where you're watching from, right? I'll always acknowledge you for being here. I'll say hello all throughout the day, all throughout the week. Anytime you post your questions, your comments, and suggestions here. All right, guys, a little tip on, as I'm doing those tricep extensions, those push downs. You notice a couple of things. One is I don't try to stand upright and rigid and push down. You see people do certain exercises like this. I am intentionally moving forward. You'll notice me get to one side of the cable so I can even get over the weight as I push down. So I start here, and I'm actually pushing down to get more tension, more stimulation for those triceps. So it's a little tip with those tricep extensions. You'll see that with all of my Man Formation workouts when I'm doing tricep extensions. Check those out on my YouTube channel at Skip LaCour, and they're on my Facebook page at Skip LaCour page. Make sure you're on all of my social media platforms. If you're on Facebook, that's where you spend the most of your time. Make sure you're on my YouTube channel at Skip LaCour, and if you're on my YouTube channel. I love you guys on YouTube. Make sure you're on Facebook too. Each platform gives me a different opportunity to connect with you, to explain certain strategies to you, and really just go through this journey of life with you. Right, so in this video, I want to give you 5 tips on how to get motivated, to take yourself to the next level. And even if you are motivated, you're doing better than most, but you know there's that higher level, you're seeing me come here and say, I want to live life like this guy does. This guy's coming to me with passion and energy. Forget about the working out. I want to go to that level. Right? Maybe with the strategies, you want to go to higher and higher levels, because if you're like most of the men who watch Workouts for Older Men Live, all my broadcasts, they visit skiplacour.com, right? You're successful. You know what success is. Whether it's with your family or your business, your career, you're used to driving yourself, taking yourself to the higher and higher levels. And maybe for the first time, you're really focusing on your fitness, where you want to take that to the next level. Maybe you did that before, and now you're coming back into it, and you know there's higher and higher levels, just like there is with family and connection, just like there is with business and your career. And you want to go on that journey here with fitness. Well, I am your man. Let's do this together. So we're not necessarily talking about someone who can't get themselves off the couch and work out, although these 5 tips will be helpful, very helpful to you. Right? These are for men like us who just know there's more and want to take it to a higher and higher level. Right? So 5 tips to get motivated, stay motivated, and go to those higher and higher levels. Right? Number 1, you need the right amount of pressure. Right, the right amount of pressure, right? If we have too much pressure on us, we get overwhelmed, and we just settle because it's just overwhelming. We might go through the motions, right? We might show up. But there's a big difference between showing up and then feeling in control, that we got this. Maybe we don't have it right now, but we will figure it out. Feeling in control. Tomorrow will be a better day, right? So we have to have the right amount of pressure, the right amount of pleasure, like, wow, I'm going to look great, I'm going to feel great, I'm going to get ripped, I'm going to get shredded. I'm going to distance myself even more for those guys my age, whatever it may be, pleasure, right? And that's very motivating. That gets us to take action. But I'll tell you what, and I emphasize this all the time to my guys who I do my one-on-one coaching with, you got to tap into that pain. What would happen if you didn't come through, if you let yourself down, if you let other people down, if you backed yourself in the corner? We all need a certain amount of pressure on us, and that includes pain. Right? The sooner you can connect to that pain, the further you'll stay away from it. Right? How many times has your back been against the wall? You just had to come through for your family, right? For your business, you just had to come through. It was all on the line. Right? You had a deadline approaching, and then you turned into Superman. Right? Wouldn't it be awesome to turn into Superman a lot earlier in the process? I don't know about you, but I go through that same process myself, and I'm thinking, wow, why didn't I turn this on earlier, right? If I could have connected to the pain of letting myself down, letting other people down earlier in the process, I could have used all these tremendous resources and abilities that I had that I didn't tap into the last minute. So you need the right amount of pressure on you, and that isn't just the pleasurable events. You got to tap into that pain, and tap into that pain sooner in the process, right? So tip number 1, strategy number 1, to get yourself motivated, stay motivated, to take yourself to higher and higher levels, is have the right amount of pressure on you. Number 2, you want to have the right strategies, right? Now, there are a lot of different training strategies, eating strategies out there, right? Sometimes we get confused, what is the right strategy, right? But even more important than the right strategy, having that certainty and confidence. We don't want to tap into our willpower. We don't want to tap into our reserves of motivation, especially if you got a family that you got to devote yourself to. It's important to you. You got a business to devote yourself to. When it comes to your training and eating, you got to have the right strategies, but you got to have strategies that you can be certain with, confident to move forward. You don't want that being drained all the time, wondering if the right strategies. All right, but number 3, in addition to the right strategies, get yourself motivated and stay motivated, is you need good systems, effective systems, the right systems. So you take all of these strategies that you have, but it's sustainable. It's something that you can do with your busy, productive life, right? You're not going to give up focus on your kids and your family and your responsibilities. You're not going to give up your business responsibilities at work. It's too important. You spend a lot of time building it up. And sometimes we get all the right strategies from the really passionate, much younger fitness experts. And the optimal strategy, that might be debatable. But it doesn't matter if it's the right strategy. If you can't sustain it, you can do a great job of putting together, being consistent with strategies that might be, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 on a scale from 1 to 10, right? It gets you to your goals, to be fit, to be healthy, to have energy, right? To preserve your health so you can be on this planet for a lot longer time period, right? You don't have to have the perfect strategy. You have to have the perfect combination of sustainable systems. Sustainable systems are what you need, and that's more important than strategies. Talked with a gentleman. He was a little bit younger, right? And he was talking about how he goes to the gym twice a day, separates his cardio, 10, 12 hours, goes back and forth to the gym. He has a pre-workout meal, a post-workout meal. He eats 3 times within the next hour. All of these complicated systems, that might give you the best strategy. That may be debatable. But I can tell you this. Either you're going to be locked down on that, and who knows if it gives you that 1% difference, 5% difference in your physique. But is that sustainable? And even if it is sustainable because you're so focused on your body, where is that going to come out of your normal life? All right? So strategy number 3, tip number 3 to get and stay motivated, to go to higher and higher levels, is to make sure that you have sustainable systems. And those don't always include the perfect, optimal strategy that are being pushed upon you by the younger, more passionate fitness experts. All right? The 4th strategy, the 4th tip to get and stay motivated is to get yourself in a position of accountability. Right? One thing I love about my one-on-one coaching and why I've had coaching over the years is that it makes me step up to the promises that I make to myself, to make sure that I follow through, to stay focused on what I want. We'll do more to not let other people down than we will ourselves sometimes. Think about that. If we don't come through, we can come back. We kind of rationalize sometimes. But when we make a promise to somebody else to show up, that we're going to come through, we put ourselves that good pressure of accountability. It makes all the difference in the world. Sometimes it's just that 1% difference that gets us to follow through. And then the next day, and we build this momentum. So put yourself in a position of accountability. Tell the world what it is you're doing. All right? They don't care, right? They're not going to say, hey, you said you were going to accomplish these goals a year ago. Hey, you didn't do them, right? They've got their own lives, but you get that benefit of accountability. I must come through. And sometimes that mental edge, right, putting yourself in a position of accountability, getting a coach or a mentor to help you through the process just taps into your power on a more consistent basis, and that'll help you get and stay motivated to take yourself to higher and higher levels. Right? And number 5, this is what I love about why I come to you on a consistent basis, is you want to get yourself in the company of successful people who are living the life that you want, right? Who have the body, who have the training habits, who have the knowledge. Proximity, you want to get in the proximity of greatness every chance you can, right? Whether it's on the internet or your gym, right? Now, that's going to take some strategies on your part. You may have to invest in coaching to get into that proximity of greatness. Maybe you've got to exchange something of value that you have for that other mentor or greatness, whatever it may be, right? But when you're around it, it's very common that success breeds success, and sometimes it's not in obvious ways. It's not strategies. It may not even be systems, right? It's just that you just are in the company of people who make it believable, and then you think, I can do that too, right? Proximity. You'll see someone who's successful. All the people around them are certainly more successful than another sampling of people, and it's because they all feed off each other through osmosis. I talked to a gentleman on the phone yesterday, and I was, what are you getting out of my videos? What are you finding most valuable? And he said, I love the man-formation journey, where you're just in the gym, because when I watch your videos, Skip, I've got other things going on. I can't have the sound on. And just how you walk and how you carry yourself in the gym is what I pick up on. And whether I'm consciously or subconsciously, I'm mimicking your walk. I'm mimicking your approach, where I can see 30 years of mastery in the gym. And I say, wow, that is exactly why I created the My Man-Formation video series, because I'm not conscious of all the things that you need. But if you could just observe me through proximity, right, you can't help but be taken to higher and higher levels, all right? So all of us, maybe, and it can be any area of life, not just in the gym. We all know we have more power inside of us. I know you have more power inside of you, right? But how do we put it all together? How do we work with what I call our mind, our heart, our gut? So we use our talents and abilities and our resources in this time that we have left on this planet to the fullest. We live with that sense of urgency, right? And it all starts with us. We can use the help of others, but we have to know how to direct our thoughts. And our thoughts create our actions, and our actions create consistency over time, and that's how we achieve our goal. And I'll tell you, we feel in control. We have a plan. We chip away good times and bad times. We get closer and closer on the journey, right? So the 5 strategies, the 5 tips on wherever you are on the journey with your health and fitness or whatever it is in life, to get yourself motivated or to stay motivated, to take your efforts to higher and higher levels. Or one, you have to have the right amount of pressure that doesn't overwhelm you but gets you a little bit scared, both pain and pleasure. You want to have the right effective strategies, right? You want to come to a master who's lined them out, who explained them to you, because you don't want to have uncertainty taxing into your willpower all the time. Am I doing it the right way? So you don't just need the right strategies. You need to be sold. You need to be convinced that they are going to get you to where you want to go. The third thing is you want to have effective systems, the right systems that may not be perfect, optimal strategies, but they're sustainable for your lifestyle, especially if you're a little bit older with a busy life. You can't act like those younger fitness experts where they're going to the gym 3 times a day, 8 days a week, whatever, right? It may work. It may be fun. That's mastery. That's exciting. It's not a sustainable system for you. Maybe you've tried that in the past. It doesn't work. You got to find a sustainable system. You got to put yourself in a position of accountability, right? Promise yourself you're going to come show up for my live videos. Get yourself a training partner. Tell the world what you're going to do. Sometimes not letting other people down is just the tip that gets us to keep that momentum going, to live for another day and make our goals happen. And number 5, proximity is so important. You want to get yourself around greatness as much as you can. We have the internet, maybe your gym, maybe friends or mentors. You want to get around greatness so you can just learn just by observation, through osmosis, so to speak. Just pick up the patterns and you believe that you can take it to a higher and a higher level. All right, so I got an invitation for you. I want you to go to workoutsforoldermen.com. Workoutsforoldermen.com, I put together the right strategies, the right systems, the right accountability, right? Get you in proximity of me. All the things that I've talked about, all right? I have it at workoutsforoldermen.com. So in addition to the information that you need, the systems all lined out in a beautiful system where you can listen to all the answers from one credible source on your phone, on your tablet, while you're doing cardio, while you're driving to work. This is the time, if this is the time for you where you really want to master this, I'm going to help you do that. I'm going to even go the extra mile for you. I'm going to spend 90 minutes on the phone, get you clear to your goals, why this is so important to you, right? What would it feel like to actually follow through and make these things happen? What are the obstacles that are standing in your way? Maybe some strategies on how to bust through those obstacles, the obvious ones and maybe the ones that you're not quite sure of, right? How would it feel to finally break through those obstacles and start taking consistent action and actually achieve those goals? Get your mind right, your heart right, your gut right. All right, go to workoutsforoldermen.com. When you enroll, I'm going to reach out to you, and we're going to talk for 90 minutes. We're going to record this call. It's going to be a power. You think this is power? When I'm talking to you individually, wherever you are in the world, I've got conference line set up, a recorded call that you can listen to over and over and over again. I'm doing everything I can to put you in the right position to win. Now it's time for you to take action, so go to workoutsforoldermen.com. Right, guys? That's going to do it. Continue to post your questions, your comments, suggestions. I'm going to acknowledge you for being here. All right, spending this time for me, with me. All right, that I'm coming here for you. All right, and I'm going to do it all throughout the day, all throughout the week, anytime you post. I really appreciate you being here. So have a great day. Have an outstanding day. Have an awesome day. Think big, and think bigger than getting bigger.